we're going to look at why you should do your own PR. The big question for anybody who gets their PR done by other people is that those people have to learn the most important thing about your business, which is your business itself. You as the founder, you as the person who's running your business already has that information in spades. Point is, you are absolutely an expert in your business. You know what you're talking about. What are we talking about? You know who your customers are. You know what their needs are. That's why you designed your products and your brand. You know what their pattern of usage is. You know what kinds of problems and frustrations they've encountered with your competitors in the past. So you're an expert on your customers. You know what your product is. You designed it. You developed the product. When you started, you had a certain expectation of what value proposition you were going to make. As your product developed and expanded, you maybe modified this. These are all bits of information that if you got somebody else to do your PR, they would have to learn. And that learning process is what you would be paying them for. Another thing, the brand journey. And why is the brand journey important? The brand journey is important because of storytelling. Actually, most people react to news because news is a mini drama of the protagonist who's got an ambition or an objective, the obstacles that they meet, and how they overcome those obstacles. Now, you've actually lived that brand journey. And so you are probably the most compelling storyteller of the journey of that brand. And it means that you're perfectly positioned to provide the best quotes that explain what's going on, the best insights. And all of this, of course, is based not on something you read about, it's something that you lived because you're the expert. Another thing is influencers. When you're connecting with influencers, nothing is more interesting to them than the actual experience that you have had. Now, imagine that a PR that you have hired is trying to engage with people like influencers and journalists on your behalf. Everything they're talking about is reported speech. Secondly, you won't be the only client that they've got, but when you're doing your PR, you're the only client that you've got. And so you're going to give your product, services, brand, and so on, all the attention that it can possibly deserve. But the most compelling thing about doing your own PR, and I'm a journalist, I can attest to this fully, is that journalists love to speak to the people who had the actual experience. In 9.9 cases out of 10, they far prefer to speak to the proprietor, to the founder, to the managers actually doing the business than a mouthpiece who is going to be basically reporting reported speech on somebody else's behalf. So for all of these reasons, and let me recap. 1, you are the expert, greater expert in your business than anybody else. 2, it means that you know what you're talking about. 3, it means that you know your customers, your product, its applications, and crucially, that also you have lived your brand journey. For all of these reasons, doing your own PR is something which you have the most fantastic qualifications for doing, rather than having a spokesperson do PR on your behalf.